Hi, my name is Adam Davis, and I am the Director of Orchestras for Hudsonville High School. And I'm also a Google Platinum level product expert for Google Apps and Google Classroom, as well as a Google certified trainer and Wakelet ambassador. So basically that means I spend a lot of time online messing with stuff, trying to figure out how to make it work effectively for us, as well as help others use this technology within their classrooms. So it's my pleasure to present this session, which is called Using Technology in the Music Classroom. Now, this is a really broad topic, but since everyone has very different situations with different financial needs, as well as different political things with in-person, hybrid, at home, I felt that it needed to be a pretty broad topic so that we could just cover items and then you could delve into them, dive deep in, and see just what would work best for your situation and your classrooms. So to help with this, I put together a Wakelet collection that will allow you to access all of the different parts of the presentation. You can also get to the Wakelet by going to this address. Also, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions or if you'd like to bounce some ideas off, as I love to help other teachers just figure out how to effectively use technology within the classroom. So, let's dive in. First thing we're going to look at is what's called hyperdocs, or basically glorified bookmark documents that students can use to explore subjects. We'll be looking at Wakelet, Google Slides, and Google Docs for how you could create these hyperdocs for your students. Wakelet is a free bookmark curating website and app that allows you to collect, store, and share bookmarks of any type of content found on the web. Basically, if you can access it on the web, you can refer to it in Wakelet. But there's more to Wakelet than just collecting web links. You can also share your collections privately or publicly in various styles, work collaboratively with others to not only collect but also discuss the items within the collection, share interactive programs or newsletters, create and share a presentation for a virtual conference such as the Michigan Music Conference, and more. I've used it to keep track of and organize different files, links, things that I use every day in the class, things that I use within different organizations that I'm in. And Wakelet also has an immersive reader built into it, which allows anyone to hear any of the text that is typed into Wakelet to be read out loud. Wakelet also has browser extensions and mobile apps available that make it even easier to collect, edit, and manage your collections. You need to check it out. As I said it earlier, it's completely free, and teachers all over the world are finding creative ways to use this new program. If you have any questions about it, feel free, you can contact me, as I am also a Wakelet ambassador. And no, I do not get paid to do that. It is simply free. Slides is a part of the Google Apps family that is extremely flexible and by some people is known as the Swiss Army knife of Google Apps. The original intent of the app was to create PowerPoint-style presentations that include visual transitions, pictures, text, and more. But as the app has developed, abilities like using customized sized slides, layering pictures and text, creating transparent items, directly presenting YouTube videos or playing audio files, and a whole lot more has occurred. So basically, if you are having problems getting what you want in docs, sheets, or drawings, then Slides can probably do the job for you. Slides is a great option if you are wanting to share or present any kind of multimedia. Some examples of uses other than as a presentation app are with watermarked letters, resume builder, Bitmoji classrooms, daily classroom agendas or planners, student journals, and a whole lot more. If you haven't checked out Slides before, I encourage you to take a look at this really powerful and quite easy app to use. Google Docs was one of the first apps developed by Google that allows you to create printable and shareable documents. Docs are by nature more static than slides. You can include pictures, active links, and more in a doc, but the ability to edit those elements and layer elements on top of each other is either more limited or not even available. So again, if you're having problems doing something visually in Docs, check out Slides and see if it can do what you need. Up next are a group of apps and online services that you can use for recording your students. This is really important nowadays when we are in quarantine or isolated or at home type learning, and there are lots of options that are available to you. So this is only a few of them. I'm sure you would be able to find a whole lot more available online. The criteria I used to pick these was that they needed to be free and easy for the students and for the most part teachers to use. So I hope these are of help to you. Flipgrid is a free online program and app that allows individuals to record video or audio files and have those files automatically stored, shared, and available to others to interact with. As the organizer of a Flipgrid group, you can designate files as being active, which means that other people in the group are able to see the files, or moderated, which blocks others from seeing and commenting on the videos. I've used this site before to allow students to record instrument performances, give answers to open-ended questions, which, by the way, is really helpful for students who struggle with writing or are in need of accommodations. And used it for students to create self-evaluation journals. Also used it to allow family members to record congratulation messages to members of the ensemble or the ensemble at large. In order to use Flipgrid, you'll need either a browser or the mobile app, and a strong internet connection so that you can submit your videos. Once a student submits a video, the organizer of a group can assess the responses as well as send video and or text comments back to the student. The videos, grades, comments can also be downloaded and used and analyzed outside of the Flipgrid environment. There is a couple of downsides. One is for the students, in that the students are unable to view or check their own submissions when the assignment settings are set for moderated, which was where they were blocked from others being able to see the video. The other is that the algorithm for noise cancellation can be pretty aggressive with performances on instruments, and therefore the performances can start to sound robotic and or metallic in nature. Last little thing, it's kind of little, is there is a learning curve for teachers who are learning to use Flipgrid because they use their own terms like group, grid, mixtape, moderated, and not all of the settings for group discussion can be found in the same setting window. There are a number of tutorials, however, on the website that help you through this process, and it doesn't take too long before you are empowering every voice. Next up, we have two online audio recording websites, Vocaroo and Rev. In fact, right now I'm using Vocaroo.com to record this segment. So Vocaroo is an online recording service that uses your built-in microphone to either your mobile device or your computer to make only audio recordings. Rev.com does the same thing. Both sites do not collect any of your personal information. However, Vocaroo does store a copy of the recording in an anonymous location on their servers, which are accessible through a URL that is provided only once. You can also delete the recording from the server with the click of a button. With Rev.com, you need to download your recordings immediately as they are not stored on the servers. You also are given the option to delete the file just as an extra precaution from any of the file being stored on some part of the Rev.com server. As a quick note before we get into this next app, I'm recording the comments using the Rev.com Online's recorder so that you can hear the quality of it. Here we go. If you're looking for a way to have multiple musicians record a performance online that is automatically mixed and available to download right away, then this next app may be your answer. The Upbeat Music app allows musicians to use video conferencing to discuss and plan what will be recorded. When recording, a click track or backing track that you upload ahead of time can be used by each of the musicians, and then they're able to adjust the overall timing of the tracks to compensate for the latency that occurs during the recording process. So that latency is when you are listening to one thing on the computer, playing along with it in the recording of it that the computer is making, then isn't matched up to what it's playing. There's a little difference between them. The Upbeat Music app allows you to take that latency out by shifting your sound waves around a little bit so that the latency is compensated for. Once each musician completes their individual tracks, they're able to see and listen to the final product as well as download the file. Now, you need to remember that the musicians are not performing as an ensemble. They can't hear each other during the recording process. They can't interact with them. They can't react to how something is being performed. They can only hear the click or backing track that you have uploaded to the app in advance. Also, if adjustments need to be made to one of the tracks, then everyone must re-record their performances. Big bummer, especially if 3 out of 4 people nailed the parts and one had problems. All 4 or the entire quartet has to re-record their performance. Unfortunately, there's not a way to isolate an individual track as it was already mixed into the final product. So for more information, check out their website where they have lots of links to different examples and tutorials on how you can use the different features found in the Upbeat Music app. All right, hold on a minute now. I just learned of a new app that's called Cyborg Llama, which is a free as well as a subscription-based website that allows your students to practice and play along with recording tracks or other students to make videos of their performances. Haven't had much time to delve into it since I just learned about it, and I'm putting the final touches on this little video right now, but I wanted to add it real quick. Again, that's Cyborg Llama. I hope it helps some of you. Next up is a series of apps that you can use to flip the classroom. Now, some of you may not know what flip the classroom means, and it's basically where you take a video to explain or teach a concept that the students are supposed to view and study at home. And then while they're in the classroom, they can practice or apply what they have learned from the videos. The category basically includes things like Edpuzzle, Loom, and Screencastify, iMovie, those kinds of things. Basically anything that will allow you to have videos that then can become interactive. Edpuzzle is an online website that allows you to take videos from places like YouTube, Khan Academy, Google Drive, and integrate your own questions and or notes into the video. Edpuzzle also allows the students to review or rewatch anything that they have previously viewed within a section of the video. So to ask questions or present additional notes during the video, Edpuzzle will pause the video until the questions are answered or the notes read. You can also set it so that the questions are automatically graded, as well as have those grades uploaded directly to a learning management system, or LMS, like Google Classroom or Schoology. You can also use videos and shared lessons that were created by other teachers with your students. Now, the one downside to the free version of Edpuzzle is that you are limited to 20 videos that you can use at one time within your account. However, you can increase this number by referring other users to sign up for Edpuzzle. Next up, we have Loom and Screencastify. These are screen recording apps that allow you to not only record audio and your webcam, but it also can capture the images, cursor movements, clicks, whatever is on your screen with ease. It'll place your webcam as a picture-in-picture within that screen capture as well. In fact, many of you have already been using one or both of these apps and are probably experts with at least one of them. Both Loom and Screencastify are very good and they're easy to use. So, which is better? Well, that's up to your preferences and your needs. They are very similar, but they also provide slightly different features. And because of those slight features, you'll have to decide which is best for your needs. Next two that we're going to cover is iMovie and WeVideo. Now, technically, these two programs are not free, but if you're in need of upping your video editing game, then these can do the trick for you. If you purchased an Apple device, either computer or mobile, then you have iMovie available to you, sort of, for free. You did have to buy the item. WeVideo is a cloud-based service, which means that the editing takes place within the browser, but you do have to pay for the service. If you're in need of doing video editing with a Chromebook, then WeVideo can do the job for you. Because you are able to edit the video and audio items as well as manipulate other elements of the video, like using picture-in-picture, crossfades, adding in text, and a whole lot more, there is a bit of a learning curve to using the programs. But if you're needing to do more video editing than what is available through Loom and Screencastify's editing services, then these programs will do the trick for you. Okay, I'm going to be honest here. Finding a good, free music notation software that integrates well with online needs is difficult to find. In fact, in many cases, you have to create the notation within a program, take a screenshot of the notation you want to include in your materials, and then place it into the materials. Oh, and maybe you also have to adjust the pictures that you did so that they're the right size, right clarity, etc., etc. Why is it so difficult? Shouldn't it be easier to create some notation and then apply it to a document or presentation? Yeah, it probably should be. But the reality is that using a computer to create music notation is extremely graphics heavy. In fact, Dorico, when it was written recently, integrates gaming technology to increase the ability for the graphics to interact and to show up more quickly. So this graphics heavy notation program also is heavy on your processor for the computer. So luckily for us, music notation programs have come a long ways and they are much easier to use. However, we are still not quite to the point of easily integrating notation into online materials. The following apps and programs will provide you with some free and lower expense options that you can use, and hopefully they will be easy enough for you to use them within your materials. MuseScore is a GNU program, which means that it is free and will always be free to use. GNU programs are developed through individuals and groups who assign the rights of their contributions to the project under the general public license, which means that all aspects of the program are public domain. So while MuseScore may not be as widely used as Finale, Sibelius, or Dorico, it is still very capable to create scores and integrated parts for nearly any music project that you may have. I've personally used MuseScore to create scores for full orchestra ensembles, as it handled transpositions, instrument groupings, VC parts, and more very well. The biggest area of struggle for most users is that editing the spacing and overall look of each staff on a printed page can be cumbersome and, frankly, a little confusing. However, the release of version 3.6, which is currently in beta, is supposed to be a big step in fixing this problem. Noteflight and Flat.io are both cloud/browser-based notation software. The free versions of both products do have limitations that can make it difficult to complete some projects, but each project does provide for collaboration and some other unique features that cannot be found with traditional music notation software. For example, Noteflight has a marketplace that allows you to purchase, use, print, and in some cases arrange published works. Flat.io has the features of being able to integrate directly into Google Apps such as Docs, Slides, and Drawings, as well as allowing teachers to set up and manage classroom assignments or projects. So if you're looking for a notation system that is cloud-based, can work on a Chromebook, and allows for collaboration, then take a look at both Noteflight and Flat. The last set of apps we are going to look at focus on audio file editing. It's true that there are some audio editing capabilities found in the apps that we covered in the Flipping the Classroom section of this presentation, but those are very basic. If you're needing to have more control over your audio edits, then you'll need to use an app or program that focuses on editing these types of files. We'll be looking at some cloud-based as well as programs that are free or somewhat free that you can use. The first two audio editing apps we're going to look at are BandLab and Soundtrap, which are cloud-based audio editing apps that also allow you to collaborate on editing files. The two biggest differences between these two pieces of software is that one, BandLab is completely free, while Soundtrap limits capabilities for free accounts, and two, Soundtrap allows you to create and manage classroom projects. BandLab is also moving in that direction, so by the time this comes out, they may have that capability as well. Each app has a library of presets and loops that can be used within your projects, and you'll want to make sure that the type of files that you are wanting to import and edit are allowed in the app. So you'll want to double check that, as well as what type of file can be exported for your final product. Audacity, GarageBand, and Cakewalk are audio editing software that must be installed on a computer and cannot be used on a mobile device. All three of these programs have been around for a long time and are very popular. Because of this, you can find videos, tutorials, and help files galore about how to accomplish what you need in each of these programs. As with BandLab and Soundtrap, you will want to check out the types of files that can be imported into and exported from each of the programs before you start learning and using it. Audacity can be used on any operating system and will always be free as it is a GNU program, just like MuseScore is also a GNU program. GarageBand is for Apple products only, and because of this, the user interface relies on a lot of graphics-oriented elements, which some people find helpful and others find confusing. And finally, Cakewalk is for Windows machines and is a program that not only has been around for many years, but was also much more expensive to use. BandLab LLC purchased the software a few years ago, and not only are they developing it, but they are now providing it for free. Hold on. We have some bonus material for you. Have you ever used a Google product and thought, it would be great if it could do something like mail merge or include a timer or something else? Lots of other people have too. And luckily for us, there are a lot of really smart folks out there who have developed small apps or programs called add-ons and extensions that extend the capabilities of Google apps like Google Docs, Sheets, Slides, Drawings, etc. There are a ton of these add-ons and extensions to choose from in the Google Marketplace, and many can be used for free. Yes, free. If you are not able to do something within a Google app, check to see if an add-on or extension can help you out. So I've included some of those in the Wakelet for you. Check them out, and hopefully it will make some of your jobs a little easier for you. Wait. I wanted to let you know of another project that I'm working on that will hopefully help you out. It's called Bite-Sized Sheets. And these are going to be short videos that explain how to use Google Sheets or other spreadsheets easily and effectively. You can check it out. There's a link in the Wakelet or the video description area for this video. Thank you very much for watching this quick run through of apps and software that you can use with your classes. I really wish we could have had a chance to explore them a little more, come up with new ideas and exciting ways to help our students, but unfortunately that's not possible this year. So, if you have any questions or would like to bounce some ideas off of me, feel free to contact me at pe.adam.davis@gmail.com. And if you're wanting to get more involved with using tech in your classes, check out the GEG Michigan group. This is a group of educators from across the state that meet virtually every couple of months to share ideas for using technology effectively within your classes. And finally, if you are wanting more information about the Google apps that are briefly described, check out Google's Teacher Center at edu.google.com. This site provides you with tutorials on how to use all of the Google apps, as well as explains how you can become a Google certified teacher. Thank you again for joining me today, and I hope that you have a fantastic 2021.